So, given the possibility of tariffs creating headwinds for the US industrial sector, how does A3 foresee the potential changes impacting investment in automation technologies, particularly by those small and medium-sized enterprises?
Really hard to say right now. Things change quickly here in this period of time where we're uncertain about what the tariffs are going to be and what the impacts are going to be and how long this is going to go on, this period of uncertainty. But from a long-term standpoint, I think the beginning of, I don't want to call it a golden age, but tremendous growth in robotics and automation lies ahead. And the reason is partially because so many companies haven't yet adopted any automation. I mean, if you look in an industry like warehousing and distribution, which is a big market for robotics, I think I read that maybe only 5% of warehouses have any robotic automation in them. Well, that means there's a lot out there that haven't automated. And when it comes to small and medium-sized companies, the majority of them, I would say, haven't automated yet. And so that means there's an opportunity there. How quickly will it emerge? It's hard to say. I know there was a big article in Wall Street Journal recently talking about small and medium-sized companies adopting automation. Formic was mentioned there, one of our members, and they've talked about tremendous growth.
Definitely. I see a lot of manufacturers are they have their workforce, they're starting to age, and it is not as easy to get the people to come in and do the repetitive jobs and those that are harder on the bodies.
That's certainly a critical issue in just about every industry. Labor shortages are a problem, the retiring baby boom generation, people who don't want to do the dull, dirty, dangerous jobs. And so that really opens up more opportunities for automation. And so, again, while I can't predict what's going to happen in the near term and what the impact of tariffs are going to be, and they'll be different depending on what kind of company you're with or where you're located, obviously. But I do believe that no matter what happens, that the use of automation is going to accelerate.
Terrific. Okay. So, with advancements in artificial intelligence and robotics, some analysts believe that those tariffs could inadvertently accelerate the push toward automation. So, it sounds like you agree with that. But what is the association's perspective on the role of automation in mitigating potential job losses?
I think the real threat to jobs, and it's been proven over the last few decades, is when companies go out of business. And then all the jobs are at risk. I mean, we shipped a lot of manufacturing to China and other countries in Asia that we're trying to reshore right now. The only way we can reshore it is by having automated plants. And it's the only way we can compete on speed, on quality. China has become the leading user of robots in the world, and there's a reason for that. They saw this as a way to keep all the manufacturing that they had won just based on low-cost labor. So I do believe we're going to have highly automated plants if we bring them back, but that is going to create more jobs for people as well, because not only will it be the people in the plants, and by the way, those jobs should be better, safer, and higher paying, but it'll also be companies in the communities that surround these new factories. I mean, what we saw in Detroit is a hollowing out when the auto industry shipped a lot of manufacturing elsewhere. And so that meant that the restaurants, the bars, the bike stores, the laundromats, all those jobs went away too because they were counting on there being factories there. So we expect to see communities revitalized and we expect to see more manufacturing in the US.
Great. And what strategies are the A3 member companies adopting in order to secure long-term viability and adaptability? What are you seeing them adopting?
From the supplier standpoint, I think they're looking at how do we stay competitive globally? How do we make sure that our products can deliver what customers need? From the customer standpoint, they're looking around the world and seeing that companies in other countries may have an advantage by being more heavily automated than they are. And that's why I think they're exploring how they can get the right automation that will solve the right problems and get up and running faster because this is a highly competitive world right now, and automation is at the center of it.
Definitely. So I had the pleasure of speaking with Carol Franklin about the updated robotics standard. And we have a whole series with her. It was a fantastic interview. She's so knowledgeable. But did you want to speak to that at all? Because this is something new that's, just been released. And I don't know if you wanted to talk about that at all.
The robot safety standard that was updated. Yes, safety, we think is the most important thing when it comes to robotics. We developed the original robot safety standard back in 1986, and we've updated it periodically. It became the basis of the global ISO standard. And so we take that very seriously, and we've developed additional safety standards when it comes to mobile robots and collaborative robots, working on our own and with other organizations. Right now, humanoids is one that we think safety is clearly the top priority here, and that there has to be standards there before you start to see humanoids working around people in factories and warehouses, and certainly in our homes. We don't want humanoids coming into our homes that aren't safe to be around people.
Perfect. Well, I can't thank you enough for spending a little bit of time with us today. And thank you for watching. And until next time, this is Sharon Spielman with Machine Design. Stay curious.